Round one, we have ourselves a keep here. So I suppose we can sandbag the desert for now if we want. Because remember, we're playing 17 lands. We do need double white for Geru. But if we draw like another... I feel like... I like leaving up the option to cycle these deserts later. If you're getting flooded, it's a nice option to have. It possibly costs you a little bit of tempo. But overall, I think it's fine. So we are going to impeccably time the Pouncer here. It's going to let them eternalize later, but... I mean, I guess I could... Yeah, I think that we are because... I don't want to take the damage. They're probably a zombie deck. Like, the Scrapper can block it, but at the same time I won't be able to leave up impeccable timing for a little while. Maybe 2 turns, depending on what I draw. And I do have other means to deal with a 4/4 double strike, but we gotta find it. Okay. Well, there you go. Found it. Let's play the Scrapper here. And we didn't draw any land, so it does look like we're going to play the desert, but thankfully it doesn't look like it's going to cost us any tempo. If we draw like a 4-drop, I guess it does, but it's not like we can play Samet anyway. Unraveling Mummy is quite good. 2 cards left in hand. Okay. So I can play Geru next turn. I think for now we're just going to leave up the Sandblast, but do I want to kill the Mummy? I probably have to save it for the Pouncer. So if I exert now, I don't untap next turn, I play Geru, they can tap it. I may have to trade my Scrapper for an Eternal. Problem is, leaving up Sandblast is going to be difficult for Pouncer because I definitely want to make a play next turn. But I may not have a choice. This is difficult because I still have removal for Pouncer, like I said, but I may have to just trade my Scrapper for the Eternal, which I'm not totally in love with. But at the same time, kind of makes sense to me. Kind of prefer if they don't play a land here. Well, I mean, I guess the good news is, like, I don't even know what's... I feel like the Pouncer is still a bigger threat than the Mummy. We are going to offer the trade with the Scrap and the Eternal. I think... Man, I want to Sandblast that Mummy so bad, too. Oh, they are. Okay, well... Alright. I think we're going to Sandblast Mummy. So we can play the Geru and find Samet now. It's got Vigilance, which is good. We can exert here. Exerting is... It's tough to... because it's kind of the same thing. There's been people mentioning that in chat, how it's kind of the same thing with Scrapper and some of the other cards as just not exerting. It is dependent on what kind of like combat tricks you have in the deck and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so they did find the 5th land. So we're going to have to find a way to deal with Pouncer. We have the Sentinel to chump it for now. Maybe buy a turn or two, but we do have to deal with that double striker dough. Ooh, perfect. Find a way to deal with that double striker. Well, done and done. Cool. Okay, well, then let's just chill. Can't attack into a double striker. Yet another reason why Vizier is so good. So versatile. Token killer, protection in certain combat situations, both defensively and offensively. Sure. At least they don't have Exert yet. That's good news. Well, I still probably need to save the deferment. So this might be an opportunity to use the leave to save my Geru, because I don't think I'm going to be using leave later too likely. Although, it's not like I can replay Geru either. Problem is they're going to get a 2/2 and they're doomed to center back. Whereas if I just bounce, then they don't get anything. Okay, I think we bounce then. I don't want them getting too many bodies. It kind of protects our guy. Kind of makes sense to me. So we've already blocked, so they don't deal any damage. They don't get their thing. All in all, I think that's actually fine. I think that's fine. Alright, we'll play another land. So we're up to 6 lands now. So getting close to doing everything that needs to be done here. And having the Vizier is quite good here, actually. I mean, we have much more value overall than our opponent. We do have to be patient. But even another land and we can go Sentinel and Vizier. So our late game is looking good. Because I think they're likely going to attack with everything, which is cool. No? Interesting. Oh, and then they're tapping. I see. So they're just trying to get in. And successfully are, so we'll take it. Okay, them having a follow-up play is pretty dangerous. Got the land though, which is nice. So we can play the Sentinel and pass. Leave up to Vizier of Deferment. Unfortunately, between Fanbearer and Vizier, they're still going to be able to get a lot of damage in. So they are exerting to get the damage in. Not giving me tons of options here, because I imagine they're going to tap that too, so this is tough. I probably need to block soon here. How much damage am I taking? Probably a bajillion. I'm taking 2, 3, 6, 10. Yeah, unfortunately we just don't have the goods, so we're going to have to draw some other removal spell here. Unideally. So we probably just defer that and block the Vizier. Unfortunate, but not really, just don't have the option anymore. I mean, at least we'll be able to start playing our guys, I guess, but we're in some trouble here, for sure. They have a better board state than we do. So we have 7, which means we can play the Kenra plus our dudes. So we'll probably just play the Aven here. And then the Kenra. We can theoretically race this, but it's not going to be easy. So we can chump with Kenra to start it off, or the Sentinel, because we can eternalize. Having the Vigilance is kind of nice, though. So Kenra seems like a fine chump target for now. Ooh. So now they're just on the tap-tap plan. We guess we want to sandbag for chance now, since we can play everything. So let's see if they tap our Aven. I imagine they do. Fanbear is a pretty excellent card. Oh, they don't want to because they want to go tap-tap and then smash with everything. That's interesting. I kind of want to attack with Aven here. Then they go tap this or tap this. Smash with this. Can't really afford to take with take 8, but I'm not gonna. I feel like I'm not blocking anything with Aven anyway. I'm just gonna get in with it and then play Jeru post combat. And no need to search. So they'll tap probably Jeru, I guess. Tapping on their turn. Okay. So I think we block like this and then take 8, 9. I guess I'm okay with that actually. I mean, we take a lot of damage, but we're actually in reasonable shape here now, believe it or not. Yeah, we're actually okay. We can get in for a ton here, too. Oh, and we have the camel? We can get in for more than you'd think. We can get in for 4, 8, 10, 13. They have to chump here. Wow. Yeah, we just, like, massively pulled ahead here. They have to chump. That's incredible. And then play the camel for the lifelink and pass. Yeah. Paincaster's pretty fantastic draw. So they'll tap our Aven. If I were to attack with these, they eat Jeru, but then they have to block that. I think we'll just be patient here. Paincaster can whittle away. Okay, they got an Aven of their own here. Could be a problem. Especially in conjunction with tap. Ketra's Avenger, so I may need to chance because, let's see. If I smash with everything, how do they block? Well, they probably tap something. Otherwise I can chance looking for goodies like, well, we already used Impeccable Timing, another Electrify, another Sandblast, another Aven. The Pouncer blocks the Jeru, probably. Or the Camel. Let's see what they tap, because I am curious. We'll have to work out a little bit of math here. So I think the issue is they tap my Aven. If I swing, they get to eat Jeru. They can't really block the Scrapper though. And we may just attack with Paincaster too. Oh, they screwed up so bad. Oh wait, I was gonna say, I thought they tapped their own dude. Alright, so let's figure out if we attack what happens now. So let's say I attack with Jeru, Sentinel, Aven, Camel, Paincaster. They block probably Lifelinker, and they can block this, and then block here, and only take 3. And they'll have... So if, let's say they block Lifelinker with that, so we stay at 5. We'll have... They can eat the Vigilance dude. Block Jeru, and just take 6 and go to 1. So that's unideal. I might just attack with the Aven. If I attack with everything, let me make sure of that. I'm using a lot of time, but this is the most important turn in the entire game. So I swing with everything. They eat Lifelinker. They eat 2/3. They chump Jeru. They take 6. They don't die. I think we just attack with Aven, and then play Avenger and pass. Eat Lifelinker, eat that, chump there. So I mean, if they have a pump spell, they're going to kill us, but think we want to try and risk it here. Okay, well, this is the turn that makes or breaks it, right? Letting us attack with everything. Well, we're gonna go for it. Okay, cool. Wow, that was close. That was close. Holy jeez. All right. And I never had to deal with that annoying or adorned pouncer or whatever. That's nice. Yeah, we don't really have much of a sideboard plan at all. We can deal with artifacts in certain lands, and we can basically gain life. I guess gaining life is not bad. Leave to chance does not seem fantastic in this match unless they have some like compulsory rest stuff that we just didn't see. So it might be better to just have like a blocker that gains life. It's not good against the unraveling thing, but it is good against some cheap zombie. It's not good against the unraveling mummy, but we have other ways to deal with that. I probably just bring it in. It did look like our late game overcame theirs, interestingly. So I could cut just the leave to chance. I probably do, and be okay with it. Yeah. Or, you know, Kindled Fury is an easy cut too. But I guess this is possibly better because it lets us trade with the double striker. Alright. Granted, it 2-for-1 us, but if you have no other means to deal with it. Leave to chance is versatile. I'm not sure this is an ideal matchup for it. If I see the enchantments, the auras, then I'll consider it. Alright, is a keep. Finally have our green mana, which is good. And we are going to start it off with the thicket here. Well, there's our encampment too. So I guess I don't have to start it off with the thicket. Once again, same argument as before. I can just keep my cycle in case I just draw lands. And I think in this case I'm just going to play it, I guess. I don't know. I don't blame anybody either way on that. Paramount of our own. Probably just play the Avenger. Remember, our late game plan is better than our opponent, so I would rather just... I don't need this as a beater. I can totally play this as a blocker and be fine. But if I play the Paramount and they play a zombie, then I can't do it. Sure. So I will trade my Avenger for the Paramount. Never look back. See if they have the stamina. They do indeed. So that's fine. We'll play the Paramount to trade with their Eternal or the Paramount if they don't have another zombie play. Still on a good path here. Certainly on a fine path here. Because we've got removal spells, so we can deal with things. And now I can block the Paramount and not be upset. Good. I can deal with some things if I have to. Merciless Eternal. That's a good one to deal with. Probably just deem worthy now. Take care of your Flick 2 dude while you don't have the mana up. Draw. Impeccable timing. More good draws. Looking pretty good. 2 cards left in their hand. We're just trying to outvalue them at the moment to the best of our ability. It'd be nice to make a double play this turn if we can, the camel plus the timing. However, no, we can do it. We can. A land draw will do it. Alright, so they get some value there, which is really strong for them. Did get the land, though, which is really nice. So let's go camel here. Get our lifelink on. And then we'll probably just impeccably time the Paramount. Splendid Agony. Well, that's unfortunate. So we'll eat the Paramount, I think. Then we get to play the Aven for some good old-fashioned life gain. Technically, we do need 1 more mana if we want to bring back the Steadfast Sentinel at some point, which I assume we do. Merciless Eternal. So, yeah, we can... Ah, Bone Slasher, I see. Well, we can kill the Eternal still. Because, yeah... Might be a good turn to play the Steadfast Sentinel. It does only keep the Kenra Eternal at bay, though, so I might have to trade my Aven for the Bone Slasher. And take the Eternal this turn. I think I'm okay with that, though, because we'll still find an opportunity to electrify it, I think. Guess at this point we can play a land. Alright. No cards left in their hand, but we only have an electrify left here, so we'll figure this out. We'll figure it out. Alright, that's super unfortunate for us. Very, very good for them. Just like straight optimal draw for them. Straight up, straight optimal. So, yeah, now we're just like in horrific shape, sadly, too. That top deck was like straight up difference between being in amazing shape and being in just the worst shape possible. So, not super happy with that, but what can you do? So do we want to get afflicted? Do we want to maybe double block this? This 2/3 is now completely worthless. Like, horrifically bad. Alright, I think we have to go like this. Just so that I can get the 4/4. No, I mean, I guess it makes more sense to do this then. Okay. Yeah. So we take a boatload of damage. Our Sentinel dies and does nothing, but we can bring it back and maybe keep some other dudes at bay. We have, I guess, the Electrify for the Bone Slasher, so we're just taking too much damage. That's the problem. Alright. So play this, play this, play this. Let's see here. So let's see, if I block like this, I take 4, 7, 10, I go to 2. And then they top deck a removal spell. Okay, well, it's kind of frustrating. That is definitely kind of frustrating. I guess they had the Deadlands the whole time too. So I play this, spit out a zombie, kill something, still die. Alright, so that game bummed me out a little bit. Just looking great, and then they're like, oh, top deck this amazing thing. Oh, top deck this amazing thing. I guess I win. And I'm like, yep, you absolutely do. Very good. Alright, we'll play first. We'll keep. Alright, I'll take removal. I am lower on time than I thought too, but that's okay. It's alright. Fourth land is good. Let's play the Sentinel and pass. And Paincaster can start pinging. Just start pinging. So our opponent does have 6 spells in hand. Important to note. That was a good draw. Oh, so they have the exile thing. Alright, well, guess we do impeccably time. I mean, they still get us. But at least they can't tap our Zero next turn, I guess. So we do lose our guy, though. But I think dealing with the... Well, is dealing with the Fanbearer that great? It's tough to say. I feel like it probably is. Can bash with a Paincaster now, too, which is nice. Kindled Fury, sure. So we'll get him for 3. Play the Jeru, find our dude. Can't quite play our dude yet, but we got it somewhere. It's buried away somewhere. So they do just have a grip full of... They have 6 spells in hand. So we've got our work cut out for us here. So they probably have supernatural stamina is my guess. But this is fine. We'll trade a Kindled Fury for a supernatural stamina. Or they don't have a supernatural stamina. Interesting. Do we have... I keep forgetting if we have a reason to sandbag lands. I don't think that we do. Nothing that I see, because we don't have the leap to chance anymore. Having Paincaster here is kind of important for cards like Adorn, the Pouncer or whatever, the Doom Dissenter, all of that. All of that. Electrify too. I think we're just going to exert. And attack with Jeru. So then we just electrify it, just fine. I think Sandblast is slightly better. I don't actually know if that's right though. I mean, one has a requirement, one doesn't. One deals 1 more damage though, and it seems like they're probably going to be blocking for a while. I want that double strike vigilance, that's what I want. Merciless Eternal. And a Traveler's Amulet. Okay, cool. Well, their spells have not super impressed me here. There's our Cradle of the Accursed. Okay. Well, let's get in with our dude. And then we'll get another dude. And we'll dude out. It's kind of surprising. So they are not, they did not upkeep that. Neither double white. Unraveling Mummy. They have 2? Their deck's sweet. There's what we were looking for. So let's just get in. Sandblast. Thicket Pass. Okay. So 2 blockers, but they're going to just die to Samet. It's 2 damage to face. So we'll just smash with everything. And kill them with Samet. Okay. Looks like we got there. So, did beat them when they had the mana issues, but their deck was nasty. Double Unraveling Mummy is so scary. Yeah, so and they had Liliana's Mastery. They had a really, really sick zombie deck, so pretty happy to get the victory there. I think we're fortunate to do that. So, all right, we'll see you round 2, folks.